Also, next week.
Oh, we are live. I just want you to know we're live.
Next week, we have Sarah's party.
I know this.
So I would like to go to acupuncture and then to the party.
So what the hell does that mean? What am I going to do? I got to work. What am I supposed to do?
Maybe your parents could bring you.
That is true. Are they? No, are they around? Maybe.
Oh, yeah, because Kate's coming. So where else would they be?
I felt like my parents couldn't go, but Kate could go. What time is the party?
I think it's at 2.
And are you sure it's on Saturday?
Pretty sure. Lily was like, she goes, "Are you naked?" I said, "No, I'm not naked. Not yet."
Let me know when you are so I can come in.
She said, "I'll see you next weekend."
We will be starting in just a moment.
Just a moment.
That's funny. I typed in a mistake and something funny came up. Everybody get naked. Okay.
Welcome, Raw Meat.
Welcome,
Red Dragon.
Welcome, Raw Meat. Where are you? Oh, me. Yes.
Yeah.
You know,
you just.
I mean,
I was already in the chat. I was prepared.
I'll get into it in a second.
Nobody's talking.
I know. I'm gonna get into it in a second.
No, you're already in it. I see you. You joined.
It's not what I mean. I'm going to get into a discussion in a second with you about something related to the chat.
Whoa, because you know I'm in the chat all the time, so.
That's the one thing I know about you.
People are already congratulating me for being in the chat. Must be it. Must be what they're saying congratulations for.
Okay, that's done. Get this out here. That's good. Okay. Tell me the Pokemon again there.
Hydrangea. It's Hyde and then region.
Hydrogen. Yep, Hydrogen.
Exactly.
Go Nintendo Podcast. 3, 2, 1. Go Nintendo Podcast. Webisode 635.
Hydrogen is a 3-headed draconic Pokemon with 6 thin black wings that each end in 2 points on its back. It has a fuchsia-colored collar on its neck, which surrounds its head.
Fuchsia has a heart as big as your world. Hey, can you do me a favor?
What?
Slightly towards lube. You can just move the legs. Just a little bit.
Too much.
Oh, perfect. Great. Excellent. Go ahead. Please, will you continue with the Pokemon?
Already.
The main head is dark blue and has black eyes with fuchsia pupils. Its 2 hands are also black, and each one harbors a head. These are similarly blue with black eyes with small fuchsia collars on the inside. Its abdomen has 2 fuchsia stripes, and its feet appear atrophied, having no claws or defined soles and 2 or 3 small toes. Its tail also sports a fuchsia stripe and ends with a black tuft. Hydreigon is a violent, destructive Pokemon. It will attack anything that moves, determining it a foe.
Anything that moves?
Its head can consume anything.
Angels.
It's terrifying.
Demons.
It's a dark dragon type.
It's Gorgiles.
Its ability is levitate, 50-50 male to female ratio. They are 5 feet 11 inches tall and weigh 352 pounds.
Heavy guys.
So they're big.
Thanks, Mom Brain.
You're welcome.
All right, Lou, what I was going to say is the new hot chat is the YouTube chat.
Oh, that's right. I don't know if I could do this on here. I remember you saying that a couple weeks ago when I was last year.
I mean, it's not really new either, but
yeah.
I'm
old school. I gotta.
That's fine. Some people double up; they go into both chats.
I don't know if I can do this on here. Well, can I have the YouTube like going on here, or will it screw things up? I don't want to chew up your bandwidth.
No. Well, let me. So here, you know.
I'll
The
stick
thing
in
is,
the.
no, you should be able to do a pop-out version of the chat, which is what I'm using right here. See, I just have the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you go to the site, and we'll see. I don't know what works on your tablet.
Yeah,
so.
I won't play around with it right now.
All right. Well, let me say hello to in the old school chat. Rocket and Piplup Water and Red Dragon and Lube and Twisted End.
That's about it.
And yes, let me go over to the hotness. Robert and Timothy and Frederick and Santiago and Josh and Reg Nilla and Roth and the Aloe Wolf and Julian and Liquid Metal and Bottle Hop and Dre Gamer and Josh. Did I say Josh right? And Turquoise Gold Scraper and Mr. Green Yoshi and whoever else I didn't say hello to.
Wow.
Thanks for joining
We
us.
just got Andy the Zombie, SD Sick Hero, and Link
Oh,
Triforce.
what do you mean we? We're all we.
I
got them all. They're all mine.
the people who made you.
That's right, SD Secure. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. That's what I was going to say. I was telling you I was going to tell you something. Hello, We Lover. And that's what I was going to tell you. You got to go to the YouTube chat if you want to see the big action. But the IRC, Santiago's right. The IRC is how, or SD Secure, I'm sorry. That's how we were made.
Right?
Everything's great, okay? I'm just, still thinking about that mystery Oreo. Figured it out, guys. We figured out what the mystery Oreo is.
So everyone else just don't put any more guesses in.
I'm 100% certain. Yeah, I wonder if there's people that are eating the mystery Oreo and they're like, it's something mixed with chocolate. What is? I get the chocolate flavor, but what's the other thing? Hello, Too Bad. Yes, Lou brought over, in typical fashion, a new thing of Oreos today, but he brought over the mystery Oreo, which you can potentially win $50,000 by
$50,000
by guessing. This podcast is not sponsored by Mystery Oreo. And if you guess correctly, it enters you into the running with, I'm sure, thousands of other people who have
or
also...
it doesn't because you don't do it because we're the only ones doing it. Because
That's what I'm hoping for.
Well, hello, Amiibo fan. We know that somebody else is... We know at least one other person has done it. Piplup Water!
Get out!
No, it's completely wrong.
No one is in the Piplup Water.
Piplup Water has given the most incorrect answer I've ever seen in my life. The mystery is RMC's cream.
Or
yes, I made these Oreos. Yeah, I mean,
I knew it tasted familiar.
It does. Well, I will say Lube was having some trouble figuring out what it is, but now he is in agreement as to what I have decided. Here, I'll hold it up to the camera so you can smell it.
do they? No, they don't have question marks on them.
That would be really cool.
David says, "Hey guys, love your podcast and watching it for the first time live."
We apologize in advance.
Well, you know what will be great? If the goddamn internet didn't drop out this week, because we had an hour and something last week and it was just like, whoop, goodbye. I waited. There was that one time where it came back on its own, but it just was out too long last time. So hopefully we make it through this show. I mean, I'll just make it really quick. We'll have a 15-minute show.
Goodbye, everybody.
Roth Sothy says YouTube chat for the Hugh Jackman. And he says in parentheses, huge action. Huge action. Hello, Joe Varis. No, you don't, Joe Varis, I promise.
Hey, guys, guess what?
What?
Lube got married last weekend.
That's old news.
You know, I have to tell you, in 100% honesty, it was probably the best, I should say, it was probably the least painful wedding I've ever been to.
Most relaxed?
Yes. If only we didn't have another wedding to go to after and I could have like dressed not as fancily, it would have been even better. But we were leaving the wedding and we're like, man, that was pretty fantastic.
Yeah, I said to the beautiful bride as we were leaving, I was like, we don't really want to leave.
Yeah. I've got to be a fancy church wedding.
No church. It was outside, but still was very like,
more formal.
It was a wedding.
Yeah, it was like this person's gonna read this
With
thing,
a
and this person's
program
gonna read
and all
this
that,
thing. Yeah.
We didn't.
It was like a caucus, really. It was just many
We
people
got there
speaking.
and we were assaulted by some woman we didn't know who was like questioning us as the. It was like she didn't believe we were supposed to be there. She's like, "Who are you with? Why are you?
Are you
here?"
friends with the bride or the groom?
And Mom Brain was very offended.
I wasn't
Yeah,
offended. I
you
just
should
felt
have
like it
been.
was like, who are you? Are you
Yeah.
important? Are you like?
What's new, you old bag?
I think she was just trying to be like polite. Maybe she didn't like know anybody there.
No, she obviously saw his beard and was like,
Thank
"This
you.
homeless man is just
Yes.
trying to crash his
Yes.
wedding."
You can wear a suit, but I know you're homeless. Yeah, you know. And then there was like speeches, right?
Yeah, it was the best man, the maid of
Yes,
honor, both
yes,
the
we have. So this is related to the podcast. Actually, there were 4 speeches, and one of them was from Donnie.
What?
Donnie was the best
Of
man.
course he was. That's right.
He was the best
Yeah,
man
of
at the
course.
wedding.
If you are a very long time
Oh,
podcast
man.
listener, we saw
Yeah, I
Donnie
should've
last
known.
week.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
he was
I
the
didn't even
best
see
man. We were. I
Because
wasn't
that's
paying.
that whole point of.
Yeah, we all saw
With-
Nintendo.
yeah.
of
We
course.
weren't. Yeah, so Nintendo was there.
Mhm.
But Donnie was there as well, and I wasn't paying attention because it's a wedding. I'm just like zoning out, and Mom Brain is like, "Oh my God, look, Donnie's up there!" And I was like, "Wait a minute, what?" And I looked up, and I was like, "Oh my God, it's him!" You know, he looked exactly the same, except maybe like 20 pounds heavier. That was the only difference. And the whole wedding happens, and my parents were there. And after the wedding, my parents were, or after the ceremony, my mom was like, "Was that Donnie up there?" I'm like, yes. When she goes, "He looks so different." I was like, no, he doesn't at all. He looked exactly the same. So, you know, we went to the after party or whatever the hell it's called. What's it
Was
called?
it at the same spot,
The
or did you have to go
reception?
someplace else?
No, it was
The
all
reception.
on the
Yeah,
So was
same
it the
spot.
Pearl S. Buck Estate? It was in Bucks County.
I
So
probably
actually-
know right where that is. I'm just not familiar.
Your wedding was on the way
Hello, my
to
little
hers.
halo.
Yeah, because you just crossed the bridge in
Yeah.
Milford and then
Mhm.
shot down.
Yeah, so we were at the table with my parents,
Mhm.
hanging out, and also Tiffany Santangelo's mother, but Tiffany was not there.
Oh, but Laura.
Laura
Yeah.
was there, yes. And Donnie came over with his wife, right? It's his
Yep.
wife. And like we talked to him for like 20, 25
It was nice
minutes
to
or
see
so. And he specifically asked how 3 people were. John is Savage, Nikki Hill,
Yeah.
and Lou
Aw.
specifically asked. And he's like,
Aw.
"Oh, I want to know how those guys are doing. I miss those guys. I miss the podcast. Are you still doing it?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm still doing it." He goes, "Does anybody ask about me?" And I said, legitimately, yes, they do. He was like, "Oh, really? I miss doing that." I was like, "Well, we do it every week."
Give him a heads up and come on down.
He is an accountant. He's an accountant.
Wow.
I talked to him. I was like, "You are an accountant, you?" And he's like, "Yeah, I know. It's crazy." I was like, "Yes, it is." But yeah, he's doing well. It was good to see him. We hung out. Like everything was fine. He said hello to my parents. Blah blah blah. For those of you who haven't been, Malakalo says #bring back Donnie. For those of you who haven't been listening to the podcast for a long
Like
time,
10 years.
yeah, we used to have somebody on the show called Donnie, and he was dating my sister, Nintendo. Obviously, they broke up, but yes, he's still in their friends circle. Hello, Keon, or Keon. So it was nice to see him, and he says hello to all the podcast listeners that actually still remember him. So a little, there. Most of our podcasts start off with stories that have nothing to do with the podcast, but this one does. So there was a question I wanted to read. Omar says, "My girlfriend wants to know when Armsy and Mom Brain are getting married." Well, since we're brother and sister, I don't think we can get married.
You
Let's
can.
make people really confused.
Ew.
There have been people that are like, "Oh, your mom looks so young."
Really?
Yes, we are. What can we be?
Second cousins.
Second cousins. We're second cousins, so that makes it not weird when we're intimate with each other. That's allowed in these parts. Hello, it's a trap.
That's a trap.
All right. Like I was saying over on GoNintendo, I honestly don't remember. Liquid Metal says your mom looks so young. I honestly don't remember anything that happened this week. It's been a busy week. Oh yeah, I got to talk about that. Oh yeah. Finally, I had time one night to edit a brand new Parents Play.
Oh yeah.
So there is. The last Parents Play was when Sonic Mania came out, which was what, August 15th. So it has been a while, but I had the time to edit. I set aside some time time happened, and I was like, you know what?
It does do that.
I'm just gonna start now, and I managed to crank out that episode. And this week I learned some new editing techniques. One of them took me almost 2 hours to learn, but I did
star wipe.
And there's literally one button to click for a star wipe. You can just go to transitions, and it's right there. I'm just going to do that from now on, just all star wipes. But yes, I put the new episode up. They are playing. Hello, ZX Billy. Philip. They are playing Yoshi's Island on the Super Nintendo Classic Edition, which was the first time they have ever played it. And the episode turned out quite well, I think. It was a nice return to the Parents Play series. So for those of you who've been asking, where's Parents Play? It's back. It never was like canceled or anything. I'm sorry this episode took so long, but yes, we are now back on track, and I'd like to get back into. I want to do weekly, maybe bi-weekly is better, because now I have. Thank you, Reginilla. He says fantastic episode. I want to address something else. People have been asking me, where's the next episode of Switch Icon Theater? And there is going to be one. I just need time to do it. I can't do Switch Icon Theater and Parents Play at the same time. And Parents Play had been so long since I had a new entry. So I want to take care of that. But hopefully in this next week, I'll have a new Switch Icon Theater episode. I just don't know. I have no idea what icon I'm going to do. There's a few that I'm looking at. You can always tweet me your suggestions, or you can say them right here in the chat if you want. The thing is, when people are like, you should do this weekly. This should be every week. I want to do that, but sometimes weeks are too busy, and other times I don't want to force episodes of these shows. I don't want to be like
poop them out.
Yeah, I don't want to be like, well, I got to do one, so and then have it be something that I'm
together.
Something that I'm not proud of, or something that I don't think is at least somewhat funny. So like when an idea hits me is when I do it. A part of me is like, oh, I should really sit down and try and find a new episode to do. But yeah, I feel like that's forcing it. So I have icons in my head that hello, the Name King Clown, that I want to do. So hopefully this week. Link Triforce says, yay for the return of Parents Play. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Keon says, have your Parents Play Overcooked. I don't even have Overcooked because it's not my kind of game. I can obviously get it. Maybe we should all play it together, and then it'll be a disaster for all of us. The first time playing it all together at the exact same time. I'm sure that would make an interesting episode. All right. So anyway, like I said, busy week. I don't remember what happened, but we're going to talk about it right now. Mom Brain, Suda51 did an interview. What did Suda51 make?
No More Heroes.
Very good.
And Bayonetta.
No, you were good.
No More Heroes.
You could have just stopped.
But there's something else.
No More Heroes 2.
He did do that, yes. He also made, back in the day for the GameCube, Killer 7.
That was it.
And we only ever saw one entry in a Killer 7, I guess, franchise, but not really franchise because there hasn't been a new one. But it's still fresh in Suda's mind, and they did an interview with Game Informer where he was asked about Killer 7, and he says, the thing about Killer 7 is that right now it's not easy to play that game anymore. That's definitely something I'd like to maybe revisit and update. Now, easy to play anymore, that can mean two different things. Easy to play as in it's on the PS2 and the GameCube, and people don't have those systems set up to play right now. Or also, just the way it controlled was pretty unique for what it was, so maybe he's talking about that. But one way or the other, he's interested in returning to Killer 7 for either a remake or an update or something like that. So nothing official, but he did show interest. Omar is yelling Dog Island, and I don't know why, but I know you'd appreciate it.
Dog Island. I was thinking about that game the other day.
Reginilla, yes, Suda was involved with Killer is Dead. I don't know if he had how much he was involved, because I'm sure he's got like a producer credit or something like that. Erman Palmer says, Killer 7 is my favorite game ever, but let's be honest about the chances of a remake. Capcom will never put any money into Killer 7 again. Well, I don't know what the licensing is for that game. I don't know who owns the IP. I don't know if maybe Suda can wrangle it away from them. It's not like Capcom's doing anything with it. So, Oh, Robert Bear says the Game Grumps, which is a YouTube show, they were playing Dog Island.
I hope they
it's
loved
taking
it as
people a
much
long
as I
time to
did.
realize the amazingness
so
that is
good.
the Dog Island.
So good. I love my dog.
So hopefully that game does get remade, and if it does, I'd like to see it appear on a Nintendo-related system. Like I said, I don't know if it's on PC. I don't remember if it ever got a PC release, but PS2 and GameCube for sure. Keon says, give me Killer Instinct on Switch. I don't think that's going to happen, since Microsoft is actively involved with a new Killer Instinct. So I think that's going to stay Xbox One. Is it on PC? I think that's going to stay Microsoft for now. Nielsen, who does NPD numbers, there's no NPD this week.
Yeah, I know.
Also keeps track of other things. I like how people are going to listen to the podcast and are like, what's that clicking noise? That's Lube hunting and pecking on his tablet. So Nielsen put out their list of most anticipated games this holiday season. So here is what people are looking forward to play. 99% of the people they polled want to play Call of Duty World War II. 95% want to play the new Assassin's Creed. 90% want to play Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
And 80% want to play WWE 2K18. Then we have exclusives. Xbox One. 85% of people want to play Forza Motorsport 7. PS4 players want to play Gran Turismo Sports, so racing games across both. PC, I'll mention it. Age of Empires Definitive Edition, Fallout 4 VR, and LA Noire, the VR case files. Then on Switch, 96% of people are looking forward to Super Mario Odyssey, which is right around the corner. And 3DS, 99% of people want to play Pokemon Ultra Moon, but 97% want to play Ultra Sun. So more people interested in Moon. Then 96% want to play Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga plus Bowser's Minions, which is available right now. And 93% want to play Mario Party, the top 100. So there's your big games for holiday season. Data was collected by surveying nearly 6,000 gamers between August 21st and September 23rd. They want you to know that anything in the 80 to 89% range is very strong anticipation from gamers on the platform, and anything from 90 to 100% is extremely high anticipation from gamers on the platform. So the lowest one on here was LA Noire on PC, which is at 75%. And they say that's well above average anticipation from gamers on the platform. Now remember, LA Noire, minus the VR case files, is coming to other platforms as well, like the Switch. So you'll be able, Switch owners will be able to play LA Noire soon. It's coming out November, I think. Link Triforce says, I actually got a copy of the Dog Island from Amazon recently, and I haven't started yet. Well, you should start it right now. You should start it today. Hello. Oh boy, how do you say this name? Aurelio? Aurelio. Skill Diver says, God, I really wish Battlefront was on Switch. EA is so dumb. I don't want to talk about Battlefront 2 at all. Because I'm a little annoyed with EA, not related to Switch, just how they're doing things for that game. France, where you go?
Bonjour. To see the naked ladies dance.
To see the naked ladies dance.
Do you know what's so crazy? I was sitting, we had an in-service on Monday, and I was sitting with a bunch of teachers. One of them's from England, the rest of them born and raised in America.
That is weird.
And varying ages.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody said something about France, and I was like, well, there's a place in France.
Mm-hmm.
I tried Ruiz. Thank you.
It was Sarah. I was waiting for her to be like, where the naked ladies dance. And she was like, uh-huh. And I'm like, where the naked ladies dance? And she's like, I don't follow. And I was like, you never sang that song? And so then I guess she had never heard it before. So I explained it to her. Then I asked the other girls, I was like, anybody else? And the one woman, she has a son who's now a senior in high school. She's like, oh, I know that song. My son got a hold of the microphone in the cafeteria when he was a young child and sang that song in front of everyone. Yep.
Well, not only is it a great song, it's historic.
Yeah.
Right.
Teaches you about France.
And got to repair those holes in the wall.
That's right. Why doesn't anybody do that?
Well, because the king doesn't care.
That king of France. So in France, they are big Nintendo fans.
Big fans of the naked ladies
when they're
dancing.
not watching naked ladies dance. And there's probably somebody from France listening, and they're like so angry about this. Or they're looking through the hole right now.
It's not a hole, it's a crack.
Oh. It's a hole in the wall.
No, there's a crack in the wall.
No, I think there's a hole. You can't see through a crack.
There's
really?
a crack in.
I always.
Well,
say
that's
there's a
because
hole.
you guys grew up in a less confident school district.
Listen, the damage in our French building was much bigger than yours. No, that's a really good point. Crack means it's a pervert sneaking a peek. Hole means perverts did this on purpose.
Yeah, I thought someone like took a drill and drilled a hole in the wall.
Now in my
That's how I did
head,
the motion for an old timey.
Right. That's a historically accurate drill. With
now in my head, there's a crack, and somebody one day is walking by and they're like, "Whoa!"
Oh, that building's falling apart if there's a crack in the wall.
Right? Get those ladies out of there.
Now in my head, it's a big open air.
Maybe it cracks
area.
because they're dancing too hard.
Well, in my head, it's like an open area. It's outside, and there's like a wall.
As the hero says, new Splatfest for Splatoon, hole versus crack. That's great.
Or maybe
Hole all the way.
Maybe it's alternate universe.
That's true. Could but
Let me text.
How did
Dorothy.
you sing
Don't text
your naked?
look it
ladies?
up on your
No,
phone.
I wanna know.
Well, anyway, France, the whole reason we're talking about this, they're big fans of Nintendo. And the Switch is selling really well there as well. And we have some details to show you just how big the system is over there. So in France, the Wii U sold 832,000 units in its entire lifespan. So that's almost 5 years, 5 years. And the Switch, as of this past week, has sold 390,000 units. So nearly nearly half of the total install base for Wii U, Switch is already achieved. So if you want an idea of how big the Switch is there right now, there it is. And then that's not even including holiday season stuff. So that number could be easily topped by the time we get to the end of this fiscal year. Rocket says, imagine Pearl and Marina arguing over holes versus cracks. Oh, I imagine it a lot. Aurelio says, crack is less suspicious. That is a good point. The hole is very suspicious. But I imagine it's behind like a poster or something. Or like a painting. And they're like, hey, go check out that painting.
Weirdo.
What do you mean?
Pervert.
Everybody that's looking is a pervert.
Yeah.
But it's covered. Like, listen, a crack in the wall is like, well, there's a crack and there's naked ladies back there, so I'm gonna look.
Hello, I'd buy that for $1. I want you to look up what the actual song
see if
is.
it was like a hole. I imagine like you lift up that like picture and there's a hole because somebody drilled it there, and then they put the picture back so the ladies don't know about it.
Will you just look up the official lyrics to France's national anthem for us?
Boy, there's some stuff coming up.
So anyway,
where would I even like?
Just start typing in the lyrics.
France naked ladies dance. Yeah, that's it. Oh my God, I'll do it.
I googled it, but it's also known as the Snake Charmer song.
Yeah, they're the same song. France naked ladies dance. All right, here we go. The Streets of Cairo, or The Poor Little Country Maid. Wow.
The song was also recorded as They Don't Wear Pants in the southern part of France.
I like that one. They have it on Wikipedia to play. It's like a play button.
Something about soak your ass in the tureen.
Look, this is right. There's a hole in the wall.
Oh.
There it is.
Found
it.
Hole in the wall. Confirmed. We've confirmed that in France there's a hole in the wall. Now, that's all we need.
Everything2.com.
The official source for all of it. Nintendo put out their official commercial for Super Mario Odyssey this week. The North America commercial, which they're also using in Europe and Japan because it was a pretty big deal, obviously pretty big production. In this commercial, we see Mario and some New Donk City people dancing in the streets. They're dancing to Jump Up Superstar, which is what the whole commercial is themed around. This is a really big commercial for Nintendo. So lots of like choreography and a CG Mario dancing with everybody. It's pretty fancy. So check that out if you haven't, but a lot of you have because it's over 1 million views already.
Whoa.
The Destructo94 says, this is effing awesome. This commercial gives me a Super Mario Galaxy 2 as well as a Super Mario Brothers 3 commercial vibe. Also, I like how they chose to have them dancing on K. Rool Avenue. We may never see my favorite Nintendo villain again, but at least he's not completely forgotten by Nintendo. That is a very good point. We need to have King K. Rool back. I don't understand why he's not a playable character in Smash Brothers. I guess Rare owns or retains the rights to King K. Rool. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I guess I'm wrong because several sources say hole.
Yeah.
Even Dorothy says there's a hole.
Yeah, there's a hole in the wall.
This crazy version.
Oh no, it's not. Place in France where naked ladies dance, and the dance they do, the end.
Yeah.
Oh man, that is a rough
So
version.
I say,
from the same site.
I
I didn't go searching for that.
fill in the blank.
The name
There's a
game class
place-
says Nintendo owns King K. Rool. All right, then why don't they use them? Hello, Elfman. Elfman says, I thought this was a Nintendo pod.
I said, "There's fill in the blank. There's a place in France the naked ladies dance. There's a blank," and she said, "Hole in the wall where the boys can watch it all, or it might be men."
I thought it was boys can see it all.
I'll just close that page.
Super Famicom Classic Edition. We have details on that in Japan. So the system is a sellout there, not surprising. But how much did it actually sell? According to sales details, it moved 368,913 units during its launch week. And I believe that only includes the first 4 days of that week. And if you're wondering, the Famicom Classic Edition sold 260,000 units during its launch week and eventually sold 560,000 units, but that's because stock was so low. So
it's because there was less people around back then, too.
Yes, that's very true. There are more Super Nintendo Classic Edition units going around the world, including Japan. So sales will continue. But yes, it is a complete 100% sellout over in Japan. But where is it going to end? I don't know, because we're not sure just how many units Nintendo's putting out there, but we know it's a lot. Sokar says, no doubt that this thing should hit 1 million at this point. Yes, I agree. I think 1 million will be easy for them to hit, as long as they keep getting units out there.
Dorothy says she changed her mind. It's definitely crack.
Yeah, why? Because you told her to answer that.
I'm reaching out to the person I'm pretty sure I learned the song from to see if that's.
Well, they taught it to you incorrectly if that's the case. Super Mario Odyssey is not out yet. We're, what, 2 weeks away, something like that? But Edge Magazine, because magazines get access to games much, much earlier than any other versions of press because they print magazines, so they have to get things ready sooner. And Edge Magazine has the first review for Super Mario Odyssey, and they give it a 10 out of 10. This is in Edge's entire history of publishing reviews, only the 20th game that they have given a perfect score to. They do not dish them out often.
Like chiclets.
Like chiclets. So you can see a little snippet of proof that the game did get a 10 out of 10. It's not rumored. They gave it a 10 out of 10. They also have 2 special covers for the magazine this month that feature Super Mario Odyssey. One different for the subscribers of the magazine than just the regular peons that pick it up at their local... Where you buy magazines anymore?
ShopRite, grocery store.
Grocery store, and/or
yeah, I mean,
Barnes
we
and
still
Noble.
sell
Walmart.
Yeah,
At your local Walmart.
There. Barely. I mean, it's a real small section now.
Barely.
This is related to a picture, so I'm not going to read it. Kuro says, this is great. Already seeing the Edge or Nintendo fanboys comments online. Yes, of course. You know, I mean, you could look at the other reviews that are in that magazine that are for Nintendo-related games and see that they don't get 10s out of 10. 10 out of 10s. And you could also see that Edge's, you could, like I said, check out Edge's history of reviews for the games to see that they've only given 20 perfect scores. But yes, there will always be that narrative that whenever a game from Nintendo gets a perfect 10, it was a bought score. So there you go. It's the internet. Nintendo World Championships just happened. Aired that on Disney XD. as Disney has been doing with lots of eSports shows on their Disney XD network, because eSports are big business right now. So networks are trying to get in on the ground floor, because while eSports are big for streaming online, watching on TV hasn't gotten too big yet because it's just starting out. So we have networks like TBS and Disney XD that are doing it. They're getting in at the start. Right? And we have the eSports ratings for Disney XD. Their overall eSports ratings for everything they've aired in 2017. And the #1 most viewed program was the 2017 Nintendo World Championship. So the event that just happened the last weekend, and it is the #1 most watched eSports program. 22% of the people viewing were in the 18 to 49 age demographic. I was going to hiccup. The second most eSports program on Disney XD, the Smash Brothers Finals, was #2.
Remember when we won that?
Not that one. Remember the one we won, yes. Also in the top 5 are the Splatoon 2 Summer Showdown and a repeat of the Smash Brothers Finals. Those are your top 5, all dominated by Nintendo. Excuse me. Other games included in the list are Heroes of the Storm, Street Fighter V, FIFA. What else we got here? Whatever, you can look at the list on your own. Just this past Saturday, I was watching Overwatch on Disney XD. They had an Overwatch tournament on Disney XD, and I had it on. And I've watched some of the what the hell is it? Counter-Strike stuff that they had on TBS a while ago. So I pick up stuff from here and there. I'm not like, oh my God, it's 9 o'clock. I got to put on the Counter-Strike tournament. But like if it's on, I'll sit down and watch it. So it seems like some of you are doing that as well. I know it's much easier to watch online because you can watch it live there and don't have to worry about commercials really and censorship and all that stuff. But it's helping these things reach new audiences. Mike in Television says, it was nice to see on TV, but they could have used someone from ESPN to help with the commercial breaks and presentation, since the automatic interruptions always seem to occur when the games were being played. Yeah, that's the nature when you do something live on TV networks, because those networks have obligations to their ad partners, so they have to run things at certain times, and sometimes it just doesn't time out right. So like I said, Disney's just getting into this stuff, so hopefully they're learning, and for future tournaments, they'll have different ways to do advertisements. Like on SmackDown. SmackDown has a very unique way of doing commercials. You will get regular commercial breaks, but you also get commercial breaks where if there's a match, they will shrink down the match to a picture-in-picture thing.
Yeah, picture. They're done on Raw too, right?
They did it on Raw a couple times, but on SmackDown every week it's a regular thing now. So this whole TV screen gets a border for SmackDown. You get a little picture-in-picture of the match, and then a bigger video is the commercial. So you don't hear audio from the match, but you can still watch. You know, it's better than just
make sure that they want to make sure that Snickers solves your hunger problems.
That's right. It's better than watching through the commercials. It's a Trap says, "Hey RMC, are you a Paul Heyman guy?" Yeah, I'm a Paul Heyman guy, but Mom Brain is a Paul Heyman girl, definitely, big time.
I texted my cousin Sarah because that is who I learned the song from. And I said, I need backup here. I'm arguing with Ramit about song lyrics. And she texted me back. The answer is, she's got electric boobs. No, like, I didn't give the question yet.
What? Oh, okay. Ed Boon, who is well known for the Mortal Kombat franchise, as well as more recently the Injustice series of fighting games, has said that he's open to some Switch support. And the thing with Ed is he's a real straight shooter. Lots of companies are like, well, the Switch is doing well, and we'll consider it in the future, and we like to keep all of our options open. But Ed Boon is like, a normal person and gives you actual answers. So when he was asked about supporting the Switch with Injustice 2 or a Mortal Kombat or something like that, he says, yeah, I think at the end of the day, you can make almost any game. There are inevitable compromises, but, you can make some version of Injustice on the Atari 2600. It's not going to be that great, but I bet you can make something. Actually, I do have interest in exploring Switch games. It's a pretty different hardware architecture. It's not like you can go from PS4 to Switch really easily. So I think we would need to set up something in terms of an external team. I know on the art team, we have enough people to do 3 consoles, and that would be something we need to work out. From the game player's perspective, would it be fun to play Injustice on the Switch? I think it would. You could have tournaments. Everyone comes with their own system, and you can have a whole structured tournament and parallel gameplay and all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. So he's like, yeah, I think it makes sense. And if you remember a while ago, he polled his Twitter users to see if they would like to see, I believe it was Injustice on Switch, and the results were overwhelmingly positive. So I would imagine something is already in the works, and we just haven't seen it yet. And I haven't played Injustice 2 yet. And I'm looking for an excuse to do so. Maybe this would be it.
We never finished the first one.
I know. Well, we can't get everybody together again.
Yeah.
Fangs the Wolf has top-rated comment, and he says, as much as I want to trust them, I'm still salty about the whole DLC drama with Injustice 1 on the Wii U. I don't blame you for that. But I think the situation is going to be a little bit better with the Switch, just a guess. You're in North America this week's downloads. What did North America get? They got Yono and the Celestial Elephants. Many adventure games have a distinct lack of elephants, but that's all about to change because Yono is here. The Yono and the Celestial Elephants game is a grand adventure featuring carefully designed puzzles, treasure hunts, a sprinkling of combat, and a world full of people. Play as a young elephant tasked to save a world he's never seen before, and explore the rich history of a kingdom where humans, zombies, and robots live side by side. Also available is Wolverblade. Wolverblade. Help Britannia defeat the Romans in Wolverblade, a hardcore side-scrolling beat-em-up game inspired by old arcade classics of the 80s and 90s. Go it alone or team up with a friend in two-player local co-op. It's time to show the 9th Legion what you're made of. Now, this game is heavily inspired by real historical events, but turns it into a 2D side-scrolling beat-em-up, which is hand-drawn. Whoa. And very violent and bloody if you're into that. 3DS got Etrian Odyssey 5 Beyond the Myth. There's eShop sales going on. Here's an Etrian Odyssey 5 theme on a 3DS eShop. Okay, also this week, Neon Chrome is on the Switch. I'm going to talk about that later on. Oceanhorn Monster of Uncharted Seas got a demo. Unbox Newbie's Adventure, where you play as a box, is available on the Switch. I actually have heard good things about it.
Like
Hello,
Box Boy,
Cowboy.
but not?
Like Box Boy, but not, yes. 88 Heroes, 98 Heroes Edition is on Switch. Neo Geo's King of Fighters 95 is on the Switch. Don't Knock Twice, which is a game tied to the movie, is available on Switch. The Flame in the Flood Complete Edition is on Switch, which I don't know. There's big news about that this week. I don't remember if I made it a top story, but I'll discuss it later if I didn't. Square Boy versus Bullies Arena Edition is on Switch. Rogue Trooper Redo is on Switch, or Redux if you prefer. Putty Pals is coming on October 18th. Rogue Trooper is on October 17th. Little Adventure on the Prairie is on 3DS. Volgar the Viking is on Wii U. Legend of Hero Tamna is on Wii U. Digital Champ Battle Boxing is on Wii U. And Moto Rotor is on Wii U. Another big week for Switch. Plus some virtual console games for the Wii U, if you still got one of those kicking around. Drew says, I got Tiny Barbarian to support Nicholas. Well, good for you. Colma says, all I wanted was Super Beat Sports. Yeah, it got delayed. I'm sorry, my friend. Europe, what did they get? Europe got C. Nomura EX. They got Tiny Barbarian.
It's like what our cat is.
Tiny
Our cat's a Tiny Barbarian.
Unbox Newbie's Adventure, 88 Heroes, 98 Heroes Edition. King of Fighters 95, Neon Chrome, Square Boy versus Bullies, The Flame in the Flood, Wolverblade, Yono and the Celestial Elephants, Oceanhorn's Demo, Toho, Kabuto, 5, Burst Battle. 3DS got Story of Seasons Trio of Towns. Cul-de-sac Revolt has more DLC for free. There's new Nintendo Selects, including Luigi's Mansion 2, Kirby Triple Deluxe, and Super Mario 3D Land. Special offers and a whole bunch of stuff. New 3DS only got Physical Contact 2048, Physical Contact Picture Place, Physical Contact Speed. Those are all puzzle games. Wii U got The Legend of Hero Tanma.
Doesn't sound like a puzzle.
I know, right? Moto Rotor.
When kids hit people, like we label that as physical contact, so it doesn't sound so bad.
Ebba and Egg, a hatch trip, and then special offers. I don't see any mention of themes here at all. Did I miss them?
Maybe there aren't any.
According to this, and it was posted by Nintendo, and according to this, there are none. because I know Mom Brain was really looking forward to that Hello Kitty information. First comment comes from Steel Diver, and he says, I'm super pumped for Unbox after playing a little bit on Steam. Waiting for the physical release next month, though. Yes, if you want the physical version of Unbox Newbie's Adventure, you have to wait over a month. It's in November, but it's not. It's more than a month away. Yeah, I might have to check that out. All right, this is a tough one to cover because it's political and it makes people angry, but I'm going to cover it, and you decide. Calm down. So, according to a undercover report from CNN, they are saying
fake news.
That's I can't tell you how quickly that tweet was sent to me on Twitter after I posted this story.
That's great. I love it.
And then guess what happened? People started arguing.
No.
All right, so
I'm sorry. Even
I'm completely numb to it now from posting this. CNN. I'm going to read you their blurb. Russian efforts to meddle in American politics did not end at Facebook and Twitter. A CNN investigation of a Russian-linked account shows its tentacles extended to YouTube, Tumblr, and even Pokemon Go.
I read about that.
One Russian-linked campaign posing as part of the Black Lives Matter movement used Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Tumblr, and Pokemon Go, and even contacted some reporters in an effort to exploit racial tensions and sow discord among Americans. Now I'm going to read you another blurb from CNN because it gives you the real juicies. You got to give me a second to find it. But yeah, this story popped up. Mr. Raccoon sent it to me, and he tweeted me, and he was like, I can't wait to see how you post this, because he knew people were going to complain about it. So it's tied to the a YouTube page called Don't Shoot Us, which contains more than 200 videos of news reports, police surveillance tape, and amateur footage showing incidents of alleged police brutality. But this was run by a Russian organization. Here we go. This is how it ties into Pokemon Go. So Don't Shoot Us was on YouTube, but also Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff. The Don't Shoot Us organization ran a contest encouraging readers to play Pokemon Go. Specifically, the contest directed readers to go find and train Pokemon near locations where alleged incidents of police brutality had taken place. Users were instructed to give their Pokemon names corresponding with the victims. A post promoting the contest showed a Pokemon named Eric Garner for the African-American man who died after being put in a chokehold by a New York Police Department officer. Winners of the contest would receive an Amazon gift card. How terrible is it? Wow. They have an actual picture of the contest thing that they sent out. The good news is Pokemon Go players were not dumb enough to fall for this stuff, so they can't find any proof that any players actually went to these locations and named their Pokemon this stuff. So either no one could get it done or no one bothered to do it. So it was one road they were trying to take to influence people, but Pokemon Go players wanted no part of that. So good for you, Pokemon Go players.
It's because Pokemon Go players are just little kids who don't know any better.
Amiibo says, thanks for having the balls on sharing this controversial news live. Yeah, when I first got it, I was like, oh, man. I considered locking the comments, but I was like, that's just going to make people more angry. So I was like,
what are you hiding from me, cowboy?
Exactly. Let them go. Top-rated comment is from Zacro, and he's joking here. He says, Pokemon Go influenced me to vote for Trump. And then there's an argument in the comments about it. I love that it's very clearly a joke and people start yelling at him. There's another great comment from Virtual Faye who says, 10-foot poles, get your 10-foot poles here. That's exactly how I felt. I didn't want to touch this story at all. And then there was another story right after that about how this guy who is a convicted felon and alleged rapist was picked up by police after they put out a warrant for him because they were going through his house and they found 18 different guns. And he painted one of them like an NES Zapper. Nintendo Zapper on the side. I was like, oh my God. So usually have like, that's like hard-hitting actual news about serious stuff, and I'm like, oh, I know this is going to make people uncomfortable, but we did it anyway. So like I said on Twitter, if you don't want to see that stuff, you didn't have to read tweets, but those stories were still on GoNintendo for you to read if you want.
Pikachu and Bulbasaur, they're all registered voters. They all voted for Trump.
It's a trap, says Pokemon Go convinced me to leave home at 10 and try and become a Pokemon master. Well, I hope it's working out well for you. Guys, Donald Trump just joined the chat and he says, what's the controversial news?
The YouTube chat?
Yes, the YouTube chat. That's great.
The regular
Thanks for joining
chat.
us, Donald. Oh, man, that's great. That is really funny. You guys watching live, you're a fun group. Thank you.
Yes, you
How
guys.
do I get into the YouTube chat? Where does that happen?
We
We
had
went
this
through this already.
discussion before the show even started.
Oh. Well, I'm afraid I'm going to do it wrong.
Listen,
and
I'll tell you.
get laughed at
I'll tell
again.
you. You go to GoNintendo.com. There will be the YouTube video.
Oh, I'm going.
Yep. All right. So click the. Oh, click the play. Or no, can you click the title? Yes, click the title. Should open in a new. Yep. Now there's going to be a chat thing on the right, and it'll be like there will be like 3 dots, and it'll say pop out chat. Pause that video.
There I am.
Excellent. Can you make that window full screen, please?
Give me a hat marble.
Boy, this thing is chugging. No, I didn't want the video full screen. I want the page full screen. All right, our final top story. I will do this for you guys and then help Mom Brain again. See the chat down here? I'm lying. Go down. See the dots?
Yes.
Click. Pop out. Done. You can close the other thing. All right, Nintendo said that, or this is a Wall Street Journal article.
Wow.
They said they've talked to sources that say Nintendo is making a push for bigger push for more risky or risque and violent content on the Switch because Nintendo doesn't make that stuff. So they want to woo other people. The Cowboy says, yes, sir. Lick this Oreo.
That's delicious.
Ow.
So Wall Street Journal says, Nintendo's encouraging some producers of violent or risque games to provide content for Switch. Now, this is in Wall Street Journal's
Create
terms.
a channel to join the chat. Skis.
Oh, don't. You can just read it, right? Yeah, you can read it.
I can't say.
Oh, you don't have any name to chat. Yeah.
You can say hi, friends.
Developers say that more mature audiences are coming because Nintendo is encouraging those people to make more mature games. The chief executive over at Inti Creates said that we didn't think Nintendo would be interested in us putting Galgun 2 on the Switch, which is like, you know, anime, girly, take pictures, shoot stuff kind of game. But they said Nintendo was actually very welcoming of the idea and encouraged them to bring the game to the Switch. So they did. One executive, an outside developer, said Nintendo was passive until now on risque and violent content. Now that same executive says he would no longer say that's the right word to describe Nintendo's stance.
I'm trying to do what
what's
Ray
Luke
did.
doing? He's watching.
He is doing the same thing you were doing to try and get to the chat.
Yes, but do you remember?
Do you remember?
Where do I go to from here?
Welcome to the YouTube chat support
Oh my God.
Did
channel.
I do something really bad?
No, you didn't do something bad. I don't know that you can do it.
Yeah.
Hold on.
If I can't this one, I didn't leave the other chat. So I just want to be cool like Mom Brain. She left the other chat completely.
Well, nobody was really. There were only a couple people chatting in there, and
Wow, that's mean.
I thought that they probably were
So let's
chatting in
just
both.
make it one less.
Give me a second. It's loading something.
It's all right.
A Nintendo executive says, as with books, television, and movies, different content is meant for different audiences. Nintendo also said that parents have several ways to ensure their child doesn't have to play these adult games.
Don't buy it for them.
Yeah, that's
Number
that's a great
one,
way.
don't get it for your children. I don't know. I don't understand why little Johnny keeps playing these violent video games I buy for him.
Yeah, right.
Apparently, there's
How can I stop them, Nintendo? It's your fault.
like a YouTube channel or something that does nursery rhymes for children that have
Don't touch it.
happier
That's as good as it's gonna get.
storylines.
Okay.
So like when Humpty Dumpty falls, he doesn't like
Oh my God,
fall
this
apart.
chat's going crazy.
Hello, Name King Clown. Goodbye, Name King and Clown.
Like he doesn't fall apart when he falls off the wall.
Well, maybe he got smarter over the years.
Well, I think that's stupid.
A Nintendo executive said that Nintendo's aim was to attract grown-up game players in the West. And Koei Tecmo has released Knights of Azure 2 on the Switch, and in Japan they say the sales are not bad, but the game is coming stateside where they're expecting a much more attention on it. And Tak Fuji, who's working on a game for the Switch, says Nintendo has opened its window to more developers, and it has gotten much kinder to companies new to Nintendo platforms, including Mr. Fuji himself. Not Mr. Fuji, the dead WWE wrestling manager slash wrestler. Immediate Muffin says, I'd be cool. Yes. I'd be cool if they made just some ultimate dress-up jiggly date sim for all the recent Fire Emblem waifus. If it meant we'd stop getting cameos of them in all the other normal games. Plus, I could just marry Tharja. Yes, Tharja is, and I like her. She's quite, I think the people say thick nowadays.
You like a thick girl.
Thick's the talk of the internet. No,
like
not T-H-I-C. That's right. Not T-H-I-C-K. T-H-I-C-C.
Oh.
All right. That's your top stories. Donald Trump says, my son Barron plays the Switch constantly. Well, it's good that you're active in your son's life like that, Donald. All right, we're done with top stories.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what we played. Blue, what did you play?
New things to talk about.
Okay, you should talk about it.
I've been playing Broforce, which Do Michaels convinced me to get like forever ago.
Yeah, it was really into.
And I got it because it was free, and I never played it, and then I started playing it, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a good game.
It's fun. It's so stupid. I love it. And I've been playing. I bought the Ultimate Diablo 3 like expanded new remastered edition for the PS4. Because I played a little bit of Diablo 3 on the PS3 with Romy Cowboy like a million years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a hankering to start playing it again.
It's basically Gauntlet, but
a lot more character customization and like a storyline and stuff like that. But they don't have like generators.
Yeah.
Really. But,
that 9 Parchment games that I was talking about, that's November.
I know. Well, you had me all excited for that, and I was like, I want to play
something right. Now. I need a Gauntlet fix now.
So, so I bought Diablo. I've been playing that. And I'm almost done with Act 2. And my character's like a level 64. I'm a wizard. I'm a wizard. And the wizard is way better than the stupid witch doctor. That's for sure.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you were playing as that character.
Yeah, the worst person to play with.
You picked him.
I did. It was dumb. But yeah, and that's it. But I'm having a lot of fun with it. But now that I go back to work tomorrow, I probably won't be able to play games again.
Boy. Back to the grind. Well, you can't keep buying games without working. Now you got to work to make money.
I'm on a salary, so I get paid whether I go to work or not.
Cowboy says Diablo to go on the Switch. Diablo to go on the Switch would be amazing. Hello, Kim.
Oh, yeah.
That would be cool, yeah. And great for local multiplayer. Mom Brain, what have you been playing?
I could have sworn I played something, but...
You sat in a room while I played something. That's about it.
Yeah, I guess not. I could have sworn I played something.
Hey, Mom Brain, you ever going to get back into Breath of the Wild?
I would love to.
I mean, you could. You could do it. But instead, you watch Twin Peaks episodes for the millionth time.
It brings me comfort.
And Zelda doesn't.
Zelda brings me comfort and stress.
Drew says work to game. Game to work. It's true. So nothing for you.
I guess not. Oh, I downloaded the Stranger Things game.
Oh, and how far did you get?
Not far.
Where are you?
Where I left.
Where's that?
Just the first little thing.
So I played some more of the Stranger Things game as well. I just got out of the woods, and now I'm in a school, I think.
Spoilers!
Whoops. New trailer. You see that?
No, I haven't looked at it yet.
Looks good. And I'm still enjoying that. Yeah, just a fun game to pick up and play. Like I said last week, it's Zelda style. Not as sophisticated as old school Zelda. You know, it's an homage to A Link to the Past, definitely, but not as detailed in gameplay or anything like that. And obviously, you're playing it on mobile devices, so you're just touching things.
Touch.
And also, I said I was going to talk about. Oh boy. Neon, what's it called?
Oh, Evangelion Genesis.
No.
Oh, it's the only thing that I know that starts with neon.
Neon. What's the name of that game?
I just told you.
Oh, damn it. This is terrible. All right, well, I'll go look it up. I was like, oh, I'm going to talk about that game. And then when it comes time to talk about the game, I can't even remember the name. Neon Chrome? I'm going as fast as I can. Come on, you stupid site.
Is it Neon Knight Riders?
No, it's not Neon Knight Riders.
Good job, it's a trap. Screwed up.
What a load of garbage. I'm going. I apologize. North America. Here we go. Wolverblade. Etrian Odyssey. No.
Oh, apparently that was a Turtles in Time reference, which I didn't know.
Yeah, I know.
Neon
Knight Riders. Neon Chrome. It was Neon Chrome. Yes, I've been playing Neon Chrome, which is a top-down twin-stick shooter. So you move around with the left stick, you shoot with the, or you aim, or you're shooting with the right stick. I don't like the look of the game, but the game itself is fun. Like, I don't know. I find the game hard to look at. I just don't find the art style appealing. But the game itself is interesting. I think you would like it because you like Gauntlet-style games, and this has an aspect of Gauntlet too. Plus, it has local co-op. So as long as you don't mind the visuals, which I consider to be poopy, but that's my personal preference, I think the gameplay you would enjoy because you can like level your character up and choose between different weapons and side weapons and grenades and stuff like that. And it's a more expansive Gauntlet style experience. I am enjoying it. It's just I am enjoying it. I'm not a fan of the look. But if you like those type of games, you might want to check that one out. Look at some trailers and check out some screens for it. So I played that. And also, Mom Brain can vouch that I beat Cuphead this week. Thank you, Mom Brain. Thank you.
What's Cuphead?
Only the most terribly difficult game on earth.
I don't think it's the most difficult game on earth, but
more hard.
Yeah, me too, Kim.
Harder than Dark Souls?
No. It's people are calling it the Dark Souls of platformers, although it's not. It's just a really challenging platformer. It's not the most difficult game I've ever played. It certainly has challenge, but it's very pattern based.
Challenge.
That's not a weird sentence.
Okay.
But yeah, I finished it up and I had a lot of fun with it, and it's sold over 1 million copies so far, so it's doing well. I'm glad to see that, and yeah, I liked it a lot, and PC was playing through it, and R-Type played it a little bit, and it's one of those games where if you haven't played a ton of platformers, then yes, it's going to be extremely challenging to you. But they were both playing it and sticking with it. They put in a lot of time, and they're making their way through bosses. But yeah, depending on how you grew up on games, then you might find it more or less challenging. I think if you grew up on the games we played when we were kids and you were good at those, then you should be okay here. But yeah, I don't think it's anything that's like unfairly challenging. It's just you got to stay on your toes, and you like as long as you like platformers, you're going to like this. So check that out. Other than that, I think that's all I played. I didn't have too much time to play stuff because, like I said, I was editing a parent's play.
And we went to 2 weddings last week.
We went to 2 weddings,
we were investigating Russian corruption in Pokemon Go.
That's right.
Takes a lot of your time.
So I sent over that report to CNN, yep. Yeah, that's all I played. I have The Evil Within 2, which just came out yesterday, and I really want to play that. I wanted to play it last night, but I didn't have time because I was doing other stuff. Because like I said, I write for Tetris.com. If you like Tetris, you should go to Tetris.com.
Do you know you can play Tetris online for free?
Did you know that you can play Tetris online for free at Tetris.com?
I didn't know that.
So
now you do.
Now you do. So yeah, I was writing my latest batch of articles. I still got one more to do, but no time to play games, only time to write about them. And I think that's it. All right.
Question?
So let's do our question.
Yeah.
Whoa. 3 text messages. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. How did I not hear any of this? PC says, where's my shout out for watching at work? She sent that at 3:30. Oh, she sent that a long time ago. I hope she's still watching.
PC just ain't right around here without you.
She left. She left of her own accord. All right, so let's do a question. Mom Brain.
What, dear?
Can you tell everybody where they can go if they want to send questions? Let's see if we can get it right this week. No. You can send it to, if you have a question for us about Nintendo or about video games or about anything in general, you can send it to GoNintendo questions
at gmail.com.
At gmail.com. Where?
GoNintendo questions at gmail.com.
GoNintendo questions at gmail.com, yes. Brian says, RMC, this is not a question, it's in the chat. He says, RMC, I want to let you know how important the GoNintendo podcast has been to me. Going through some tough times, thanks to you and the whole GoNintendo group of friends. No, Brian, thank you. Yeah. Thank you for listening.
Donald Trump's in him a little.
He did, I see that. I'm glad we can give you a little something to perhaps take your mind off of things or help you relax a little bit. Like Mom Brain was saying, she watches Twin Peaks episodes repeatedly. That makes her feel nice. You listen to the GoNintendo podcast. That makes you feel nice. What do?
Which is weirder, Twin Peaks or the GoNintendo podcast? Right?
I don't know what I do. I work.
You read Reddit.
This comes from... Let me see if they gave me a name that is not there. Let's say this comes from Nintendo Fan 07 or Andrew. He says, what was one game that made you really fall in love? What was the one game that made you really fall in love with games? Good question.
Flicky.
Did it really, though?
No.
I want a real answer.
Golden Axe?
I thought you were going to say that. That really made you fall in love with games.
Toe Jam and Earl.
Yeah.
Toe Jam and Earl. So I mean, I loved Golden Axe.
Golden Axe to a lesser degree.
Yeah, definitely. But so here's what happens. Here's where it is in my head. Toe Jam and Earl was a game that like I really thoroughly enjoyed, and I played it 2-player with a friend, which was really cool. Golden Axe made me feel like a gamer. Like there was something about Golden Axe that was like, yeah, like I'm a gamer. But I didn't like go to school and tell my friends I played Golden Axe.
Who'd you play Toe Jam and Earl with?
You didn't know her.
Oh, who'd you play Golden Axe with?
Nobody. That's what I'm saying. Like, but like I felt like, you know.
Who'd you play Toe Jam and Earl with?
Eva Dancanic.
You just made up a name.
No, she lived down the street next to the Dollhouse Factory. In fact, her parents owned the Dollhouse Factory.
Lube, do you have an answer? A game that made you fall in love with games?
Yes, Civilization. The original Civilization when I had it on the
on Super Nintendo.
Like I always liked playing games. Yeah. You know, like I had Nintendo games and stuff like that. But Civ really was like, this is the game I'm going to play for the rest of my life.
And it's true. I don't know for me. Like, I can tell you I just always liked games. I wasn't like, yeah, this is something I want to get into, video games. I just always liked them. What?
Well, I'm texting with my cousin Sarah, and she said, crack. And she says, I said, well, I was outnumbered by whole. And she said, I always like crack better. Whole just sounds too crass.
Yeah, well, see, your family's wrong. We've established that. Your family is saying the wrong song. So
my family's not crass.
That's, yeah, bull. Like my earliest memory of video games, I remember playing Spy Hunter in the arcade where I would sit on my dad's lap because I couldn't reach the pedals or the steering wheel because I was like, I don't know, 5, 6. And I really liked playing that. And my uncle had Tetris on his computer, like obviously over 30 years ago. And I remember playing that. And like I vividly remember my cousin showing me. So like, I guess it would be Super Mario Brothers, as lame as that is to say, or as cliche as that is to say, because Like I would go to arcades and play games, but I didn't own a video game system. But I went to my cousin's one day, and he had gotten an NES with the Zapper, Duck Hunt, and Super Mario Brothers. And he showed me Duck Hunt first. So I saw Duck Hunt, and I was like, wow, this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. And then, like, he hit the reset button, and I saw that there was another game on there. And I was like, what's that? Super Mario Brothers. I didn't know anything about Mario at all. And he started playing that, and I was like, oh, what? Is this real life? I was like, this is amazing. And from that moment on, I was like, Mom, I have to get an NES. I have to get me one. And eventually I did get one. It was combo with, I don't know what retailer was doing it at the time, but I got an NES with Super Mario Brothers, Duck Hunt, and Zelda 2. So yeah, I guess it was really Super Mario Brothers that transitioned me from, like, I play games in the arcade to I need to have these games in my house.
I had never been in an arcade.
Oh,
Until
any
I
mall
was,
we
like,
went
way
to, I
older.
went to the arcade. Yeah, definitely.
Well, I didn't go to
Yeah,
malls with
never.
arcades.
The P-Bird Mall.
Well, no,
didn't
she
really
must have
go
been
there.
more of a Bridgewater.
Mall.
I didn't go to P-Burg until I was like a little older, I guess.
And you were like, this is how the other half lives.
My mom was like, don't touch anything.
Yeah, right.
No, you can't.
Yeah, I used to play
here.
things in the arcade. Like lots of stuff, but I vividly remember Spy Hunter a lot. And like I have a memory of being in Disney World when Turtles just came out in the arcade, and I wanted to play it so bad, and my parents were like, no, let's go on rides or stuff. And I was like, well, yeah, that too, but I want to play Turtles, because I was big into video games and big into Turtles. And my uncle was there, and he's like, come on, I'll go stand in line with you. So we walked into the arcade, and the line was out the door to play the Turtles game. And I was like, oh, well, I guess we won't play. He's like, no, we'll wait. So we waited like 20 minutes to play the game. And, you know, you play, and it takes like a couple minutes, and then you die.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was so great, wasn't it? My uncle was like, I have no idea what we just did, but I'm glad you had fun.
Which uncle?
You know, not
You don't
uncle.
know. Oh, there it is, Drew. Whoever Drew
Simpsons arcade game. Yeah, that was a big
There's
one
only
too.
a couple that I remember, and Simpsons Arcade was one, and Rampage was the other arcade game that I like vividly.
Yes, Rampage. That's a good one. Yeah, I do remember playing that.
Only two games I remember.
It's a Trap. It was TMNT 2. Yes, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game. So yeah, Mario was like my real birth into I like video games and I'm passionate about them. I want to like buy games. But yeah, I was playing games a long time before that. Andrew says, the first game I ever played was the Super Mario Brothers Duck Hunt cartridge for the NES. But the one game that made me love games forever, Super Mario 64, it blew me away with the intro and how it was true 3D. And going from 16-bit to the N64 made me love games even more. Yeah, I was just talking to Andre over at Game Explain about that, saying how just like staring at the title screen and like screwing around with Mario's face.
I remember you just doing that like forever. You thought it was the coolest thing.
Yeah. I would still do that. Santiago says the X-Men arcade game. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did do that.
X-Men.
Not as much.
Go and save the city.
Time Crisis at the P-Burg movie theater.
Time Crisis is like one of the only games in the arcade that I've beaten with somebody else. We brought a stack of quarters and played Time Crisis with the or Time Crisis 2, I don't remember which one, with the pedal where you stepped on the pedal behind stuff.
That.
Oh, that's good stuff. Yeah, at the Pizza Hut, I used to play a lot of Neo Geo games because the Pizza Hut here had the Neo Geo cabinet that they would change games out of. So I played like Metal Slug and King of Fighters and what was it? Something like it's the historical fighter that was on Neo Geo. His World, I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. Or you don't.
I apologize.
So yeah, I have a. Did anyone ever play the Jurassic Park arcade game? Yeah, I played that too. I played and I had a lot of fun with that. But you know, arcades, not really a thing anymore.
I remember having car trouble.
World Heroes, thank you, Roth.
At Pizza Hut. Maybe John the Savage was with me.
That sounds, yeah, I remember you telling that story.
And playing like a.
What a great place to have car troubles.
Like a
You're
big buck hunter. Or
well,
something
yeah,
like
they
that.
had that too. You're just like, well, man, I'm stuck
This
at
is
Pizza
our
Hut.
life now. But I think like Was it something? He'd remember.
All right. Thank you for your question. Again, if you want to send us questions, and that was a great one, you can send them to GoNintendo. You can send the questions to GoNintendoQuestions@gmail.com. Mom, Brain?
Yes.
So you got music? Because I want to hear it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hold on a minute. Okay.
We'll just eavesdrop on Lou's conversation.
I got music. You want to hear it? You want to hear it? Oh.
I'm sorry. Okay. So the first song comes from Glitter Bubble 3.
Silver Surfer?
Yep. Sorry. It stopped.
It's okay. I got it. It was Silver Surfer.
This one comes from Mikey3319.
Yeah, so that's up in the front room. That's Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
It is Beetlejuice.
Let it go. It's so bad.
It's like a real creepy.
Here is Beetlejuice. Yeah, I know. Right? Here is Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
Sounds just like the movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
This song comes from The Legend of Shu.
Is this N64 or Super N64? DS. So the Mega Man game?
No.
Do I know it?
I think so.
Franchise?
I think so. No. Yes, maybe.
Is there more than one?
I think there is.
I don't know. Go ahead.
Advance Wars Dual Strike.
Oh, man.
This one comes from WestFX.
I don't even know what system.
3DS.
Man, I don't like it. Is it Sonic related?
No.
It's Sega.
I don't know.
That's so bad.
What system did we figure out?
3DS. I don't know. Go ahead.
Liberation Maiden.
Oh, I never played it. Another Suda involved game.
Okay, this one is. This one is from. Sorry, Raj Chaos.
Isn't Ocarina of Time?
No,
I don't even know what system it is. Super Nintendo or N64?
Super Nintendo.
Is it something about sleep?
Don't think so.
All right, that noise is Capcom. Is it Capcom related?
No.
No.
Enix.
Really?
Just Enix.
All right, so Dragon Quest?
No. Enix slash. Almanac.
All right, I don't know. Go ahead. Evo.
Yes.
I got it. Are you kidding me?
No.
Evo. Wow.
Great job. This one comes from Nico Darunia.
All right, this has to be portable like DS.
GBA.
Wow.
The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
No.
Okay. Does it have something to do with like Egyptians?
I mean,
Kind of like it. Yeah, it's something is Egyptian.
well, that might be where they're at, but it's not what the game is based on.
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
No.
It's not first party.
Yep.
It is
Oh,
Kirby and the Amazing Bear.
No.
Pokemon.
Yep. You guys never get those Pokemon.
I still don't know what it is.
Red, Leaf,
No.
No.
Gold,
No.
Pearl.
I don't know what came out on GBA.
Oh, that's yeah.
Sapphire,
Yeah.
Ruby.
Yep. Sapphire, Ruby, Emerald.
Thank God you said Pokemon. She's right. Never get those.
Okay, this one comes from Jet Jaguar.
Focus all attacks. All right, I feel like this is Turbo Graphics.
Yeah. And then on whatever.
Virtual Console.
Yeah. The name is great.
Is it a pinball game?
I don't know.
All right, so I don't think it is, but I'm gonna guess Alien Crush.
No.
Oh yeah, Alien Crush.
It's got the same sound, but I know it's not that song. It's not Demon Crush.
No.
Feels like a shooter.
I
imagine it is.
I'm getting a Konami vibe, even though I know it's not. Like I feel like
Hudson.
this could be
Yeah, Hudson.
Mega Man.
No.
You know, like an NES.
It's a shooter, like it's like a spaceship or something.
I mean, that's.
It's a ship. It feels like a ship. Something's flying through the air.
Yeah, I mean, I get the impression that that could be happening.
Hudson.
10 seconds.
Spaceship shooting. I can't think of a Hudson one. Twin Bee. I don't know.
Give up.
Yeah.
Blazing Lasers.
Yeah.
Great name.
I know the name, but I wouldn't have guessed it.
This one comes from Andy the Zombie.
Zensus?
No.
One day it's gonna be Zensus.
Okay, this also sounds like a portable, unless it's a really bad recording.
It is not a portable.
What is it?
GameCube.
Bad recording. Resident Evil?
Yes.
All right, hold on. I can guess. There's not too. There are a lot. All right, let's. It's not 4.
No.
Could be 0.
It is.
There you go.
This one comes from Canadian Rambo X.
What a great name. Oh, this might be the song I think it is. It is. It's a great song. Did he play this with us? No. Turn it up.
The Crystal Chronicles?
Yes, you're right. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles.
I did not play that.
Great soundtrack.
Great game.
We should get together and play it now for like charity. I still have it. I have
Isn't
the
that the
GBA
game
and all
that
that stuff.
everyone's always mad at you because you finished it without everyone else?
Yeah, because I'll tell you. Turn this song off.
I understand.
You're in a boss battle.
Mhm.
The last boss battle of the entire game. You're with a party of your friends, and they're all like, I don't want to do this anymore. You're fighting the final boss. Someone has to fight on. Someone has to win. That was me.
This next song comes from Nick, and there's a little story with it. Not related to the music, but just that Nick wanted us to hear. Nick says, in my sophomore year of high school, I discovered the podcast as a way to pass my horrendous bus ride to school. It was 15 minutes, but for a teenager, that's long. My love for Nintendo grew deeper as my friends went to other platforms.
This is getting sexy.
Fast forward to 2017, and I'm studying communications to become the social media manager for Nintendo. I'm currently studying abroad in Tokyo to improve my resume. I leave for America Saturday to finish my degree. This was in June. Soon you'll get a press release email from me, and remember, you put me in this position. Thank you for everything, podcast crew.
Well, remember, I scratched your back, you scratched. I want that email. Send me that email, damn it. I haven't seen it yet. So when you get accepted, I want that email, damn it. That's a really awesome story. Congratulations. I hope it goes well for you. Maybe right now you're celebrating that you got the job. I don't know. But yeah, send me the email. Who's it from?
It is from Nick. I can forward you the email that Nick sent me.
Say that.
No, don't.
I'm not looking at that. I'm looking over here.
That you won't see anything.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
So here's the song.
All right, it's definitely first party. Right?
It's your birthday.
Yeah.
It's Wii something. I just don't know what. We play. It's not a channel. It's a game, right?
I think so.
I think so. Wii Sports. Wii Sports Resort.
No.
Is it Wii something?
No.
Pilot
Oh.
race.
Yeah.
But it is first party?
Mm-hmm.
And it is on Wii.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not Wii something.
It's not like Wii Resort,
Right.
Wii Sports Resort. Title screen.
What the hell is it then? Can you turn it up a little bit?
Is it like everyone votes? Is it one of those channels?
Yeah, that's what
No.
I asked, and she said she doesn't know.
The Weather Channel.
Is it somebody's arcade?
No.
We Fit? Oh, it's not Wii something.
Character creation screen.
Nope.
All right, go ahead. I don't know.
It is my Pokemon Ranch.
I would have never gotten it.
You should have just guessed Pokemon.
Well, so let's see. 10.
Are we done?
9. Yeah.
Oh.
8.
Pokemon Ranch.
We didn't do very well.
I got Beetlejuice.
7. You didn't get Advanced Wars, right? Or
No.
Liberation. So I think you got 6.
We've done worse. Yes, we both got Beetlejuice.
I heard it. I was like, oh my god!
Were you talking to somebody at work?
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta take this. That's Beetlejuice. 6. That's not too bad. All right, well, there you go. That's a podcast.
That is a podcast.
We did another one next week. Oh, I don't know, Friday or Saturday. I got to figure out when we're going to this family shindig. But there will be a podcast one way or the other. And the best part is this one made it through the whole show without the internet dropping. So
Yeah.
that's great. That's great. Really striving for high water marks here. The best
Well
part
done,
about the
folks.
show was that the internet didn't crap out. All right. Well, thanks for watching and thanks for listening. And we'll see you next week. And goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, guys.
Woo! All right. Man, I wish that was in there. All right. After show.
Got a whiz.
Give me what you got after show.
I forwarded you the email. Just so you can
Oh,
see.
yeah, no cat attacks either. Where is that cat?
He's
Had a rough day. He had a rough day because that kid was here and
Oh,
he hates kids, just like his dad.
I don't know his dad.
No internet drops or cat attacks, says it's a trap. Yes, that's true. Somehow it happened. I don't know how, but we got lucky. You'd think it's going to be at least one or the other, but yeah, we made it through. Oh, yes, guys. Super Mario Odyssey is coming. We're very close. So close we can taste it. We got the Twitter giving us new pictures or new screens every day. Reginilla, there is not a month of music that we're on because Mom Brain jumps all over the place. So it's random. I can't tell you. Yeah, I meant to. I meant to say those emails again, but I forgot. And yes, Cowboy, it is Oreo time, as you can see Lou participating in right now. Taste the disgusting cartridge. We don't have any cartridges. The only cartridges we have down here I know taste good. Super Nintendo games taste good. Genesis games taste good. NES games taste good. GameCube games, I'm sure, taste really good, nice and slick. I have not, Roth, but I've heard about it. He says, have you got the chance to check out Channel Zero? I just saw a commercial for it recently. Jonathan says Pac-Man. I don't know why, but okay. We Lover says, I'm sick of Nintendo sharing too much info on Mario Odyssey.
Yep.
Well, from our European friends, I won't tell you who, but I hear they have not shared a lot, according to Bleep. But yeah, apparently things are not spoiled. So that's all I'll say on that matter, because that's all I know. Yeah, I remember they did it with Skyward Sword. Like, I remember right before Skyward Sword came out, they put out like 2 trailers that were like filled with stuff we haven't seen before. And I was like, no, stop ruining it. But Josh says, yes, Pac-Man is a game. It is. Yep. That's what I know about Pac-Man. All right, the show's done exporting. For those of you that joined us live, thank you. It's always a pleasure to have you. And we're happy to discuss Nintendo and Oreos and France where the naked ladies dance and whatever else we do. Thanks for joining us. I hope you have... Yes, she is, Lanquin. She is excited for Super Mario Odyssey. She's going to be picking that up. We were just talking about it. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Now, you guys go play and relax and have fun and hang out with friends and family. I'm going to do podcast stuff. I'll see you later. Goodbye, everybody.